Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
So the first phase of the game is everybody's going to have 6 dice. The great thing about this is you can roll these dice as many times as you want. There's no Yahtzee mechanic here. If you want to keep something or you like the dice roll, you can simply place it on your pig, locking it in place. Whenever you're ready, say you're happy with all of your dice and all your dice are on the pig, then you can take one of these markers and this will tell you what your turn is, your turn order is. So if I was able to get to the last one, let's say, this is going to be last in turn order. Now, it also is going to give me dirt, as you can see here. And dirt is something you do not want to get in your park. Where if you got this one, it doesn't give you any dirt, actually cleans up a little bit dirt, but the first one lets you clean up double the amount of number 2. So that's very good. So you always want to be last because that's going to give you the least amount of dirt. Now, if you are last and everybody else has already grabbed one of these, you have 3 more rolls and then you're done. You have to take what you have on the third one if you haven't finished yet. So that's going to be the first phase of what you're going to do is rolling the dice and locking them in. The second thing you do is look to see how much dirt you've obtained. So if you look on the dice here, you're going to have these little circles up here in the lower little right corner. So in this case, I have 1, 2, 3 of those circles. I would add 3 dirt to my location, and I would add 3 of these chits to my board, signifying I have 3 dirt. If I was to add this one in, I would get 2 additional ones to make it a total of 5. Now, if I had one of this, I would grab my 3 dirt from my dice, but this allows me to clean up 2 dirt for a net of 1. Where if I got this one, I got 3 dirt, but this allows me to clean up 4 for a net of positive 1. So I can get rid of the 3 I was getting this round, and if I had got any from a previous round, I could also get rid of that one. Now we move on to the action phase. In turn order, you will spend all of your dice and be able to utilize whatever you want to do. I'm going to go through each dice and kind of show you how and what they do. Now everybody's given a player aid that will walk them through and tell them what each of the die rules will do, but I'll signify right now with you and show you. Each player is going to start out with a theme park, and this will be the park that they're building, this 4x4 square. You can always discard any die that you want, doesn't matter what it is, you can just get rid of it, and you can add on one of these little squares anywhere you would like to add it on to your theme park. So let's just say I did that, I could add that on. That's one possible action you have to use any of the dice faces to do that. This dice face right here will allow you to build rides, and you'll be able to build a ride onto your park. For each one of these that you have, you can build one. So if I had 1, I could build a size 1 ride. If I were to have 2 of these on the pig, I could build 2 size 1s, or I could have built a size 2. And the same would go if I would have had 3. I could have built a size 3, 3 1s, or a 2 and a 1. Only rule to trick in this is that you cannot place 2 rides by each other unless they're the same color. So if I had a blue one already, and I wanted to add a blue 2, I could put it next to the 1 blue, but I could not place it next to the red one. I would have to at least leave 1 open space in between. So let's say I was going to do something like this. Let's say when I started the round, it was like this. I spent 1, I had this, I have 2 builds. I could put it right here next to the blue, maximizing the space and the efficiency of my park. It is important to note that the rides also cannot be next to a stand. Any stand, no matter what. So let's talk about stands. If you want to build a stand, you'll spin a dice of this size, and you can add a stand in anywhere to your park. It just cannot be next to any location that you've already built, unless it's the same stand that was already there. So I can place 2 stands that are like each other next to each other, but that would be the only way. I can't put it next to a ride, and I cannot place it to a stand that is not like this one, and those stands go down. Now, on the back side of your playmat, it will tell you what each of the stands do. For example, the security stand allows you to put 1 visitor you draw back from the bag and draw out a different one. The info says you can place 1 free visitor anywhere you want. And I'll go to these more in detail later, but just know that they exist. The next thing you could possibly do is use a die with a meeple on it. Now, what you're going to do in this case is you're going to have meeples that have not yet got into the bag. Let's say these are them. So if I wanted to attract a blue or red, let's say I have 1 of these, I have 2 of these meeples here. So I could possibly put 2 meeples into the bag. They can be any color I want or even the same color. But I'm going to put a blue and a red in because I'm trying to get blue and a red. I put them in the bag, shuffle the bag up, and I would draw 2 of these out. Now, if the color happens to match one of the rides I have, I can stick it right on the ride. The other one does not, so I can't stick it there. Now, if I had happened to have a security stand, I could simply just place this back in the bag and draw another random one out, hoping I get the color I want. I did not. But if I had an information point, which is a type of stand, I can take a color that does not match and place it out. So for the information stand, I could place a black on a blue ride. An optional thing is, if I had a stand that was a casino, I could simply change the face of it to anything that I wanted. That's what a casino would do. And for each promotion that I have, for each promotion stand that I have, I could take one of these dice and with the people on it, and it would count as 2 people instead of 1. The last possible phase, other than a blank, which does nothing, is I could play the bonus card one. If it has one like this, that allows me to play a bonus card that I would have down. Now, you're going to obtain these bonus cards as the game goes. You're going to have 3. And if you spin one, just get one at the end of your turn. Somebody says number of rides you rolled this turn. That ride, build a ride symbol. So how many did I roll? Number of stands you rolled this turn. Number of blue visitors in your park. So you would look up, I have none. So I would get $1 from that. Number of purple visitors, none. So that'd be 1. Let's look at another one. Number of pink spaces in your park, none. I would get $1. But if I had more, number of bonus you rolled this turn, if I had rolled 4 of them, I could get $7. So sometimes what you'll do is you'll roll the dice and want them to be manipulated a certain way just to score a bonus card rather than trying to build into my park. Maybe that's a valid strategy for you. After you're done building and taking all the actions with the dice and everybody has taken their turn, then you will move to the income phase of the game. Now, this side of the dice we've already seen. This is the cleanup dirt. And what this will allow you to do is eliminate 2 dirt from your display. So if you've gained dirt negatively, you can turn it into a positive by playing this. The last stand that could be activated now is the toilet. If you have a toilet, it doubles this. So getting rid of 2, it would count as getting rid of 4 dirt. That can be very powerful at the end of the game. Now, after you've used all your dice and all the players have used all of their dice and taken all of their possible actions, we would gain income. And you can see that on your player aid. What you're going to do is you're going to get $3 for each person in your park. I'm going to gain 3 plus 3 is 6. Now, earlier, we were getting dirt we were able to obtain because of the dice that we rolled. In the next round, we will also gain dirt, not only for the little dirt symbol we roll, and possibly being last in line, but each person in our park is going to gain dirt for us also during the dirt phase. So yes, they give us $3 per person in the park, but they're also going to attract dirt each round. We will do this again for 6 rounds. At the end of 6 rounds, you're going to count up how much money you have. Now, we've been talking about dirt quite a bit, and that's because at the end of the game, dirt is going to cost you money. And you're going to have a chart here that everybody will be able to utilize. Keep in mind, if you have 30 plus dirt at the end of the game, you automatically lose, which is an interesting mechanism to have in the game. But let's say you had 9 or 10 dirt. Then you're going to lose $15. And that's why it's always important to be getting rid of that dirt. Every time you're able to gain dirt, which is bad, and you will gain dirt over and over again, you're going to need to get rid of it because it's going to cost you money or possibly the game. And that's how you play Steam Park.